We've been talking about supersets and movement patterns, and so I'm going to show you an exercise that's as old as Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's older than Arnold Schwarzenegger, that we've been doing forever, with probably an exercise that a lot of people have never seen before. Now, part of the reason you've never seen this exercise is normal cables might not do this real well, so you kind of need a functional trainer that's designed like the one we have here, but you could do a one-arm version, and I'm going to show. I may forget to show that, and I may insert our instructor from Foley doing the one-arm version. But anyway, so what we're going to first talk about is the side raise. Side raise, normal people think about side raise as side raise. My favorite way to do them is seated. I think I may have shown that on the show at some point. And you're going to go down and then come up. The other key point to this is you want to pause at the top. A lot of guys just get swinging, you're not activating muscle. So when you get to the top, you squeeze and you lower slowly. All right? Then we're going to show you an exercise, and I'm going to kind of walk Daniel through it while he's doing it, and it'll be self-explanatory that way. I don't have to cut and make a bunch of edits. Daniel's going to do the exercise. All right, so just a side lateral raise with this, and then I've been preaching this to everybody that we train and to myself to go eccentrically slow. I get out of the habit. I love drops like everybody else, but it takes a lot less weight to get a lot more results if you do this little squeeze at the top and then lower it real slow. Now this exercise is for the side deltoid and the traps. All right, rest. HD3000 by Hoist. We sell this equipment, and it's a great piece, and this is the next piece we're putting in Foley actually. But you can see it was kind of made for this. Now, I just showed Daniel this exercise a minute ago. If you push this to the front, show them, bring your hands to the front a little bit, you can feel it shift to your chest almost immediately. If you push it more back into the sides, you feel it in your lats. What we're trying to do is sync up the actual movement like side raise, so we want to keep it more straight down. Because all we're trying to do is work a movement pattern. We're working it up, and then we're working it back down. So that's why we're doing these two exercises together. All right. Is that weight light enough, or do you want to go down?
That's fine.
Yeah, because we're not going to do a lot of them. But I want to point out something about the side raise. For years, I had no traps. You know, I love those muscles, trapezius. I didn't have them. I was a power lifter. I did top deadlifts. I did power cleans, power pulls. Never had them. All of a sudden, making myself do this strict, because I'm old, I'm trying to protect my shoulders and all, don't want to get injured now. Suddenly I had traps. EMG, electro studies showed the most efficient exercise to produce trapezius growth is side lateral raise. None of us knew that at all until the last few years. All right, on this you'll be doing between 8 and 12 of each exercise. The key is, literally, I've got the dumbbells right next to this machine, so we're just going boom, boom. All right, go ahead and switch. You starting to feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoulder
Did you do what you?
The chest and shoulders yesterday.
Oh, well, sorry. I didn't know. It's funny to me that. Don't you feel this exercise?
Yeah.
And have you ever done? I've never done this exercise.
Not this one.
I've never even seen this exercise, and I started researching when I had this idea. This, by the way, this was just an idea I had because I've been talking about superset and doing muscle patterns, and I thought, what would be the opposite of a side raise? And this is what came to mind, but like I said, because we had this machine. If you had regular cables, all right, so let's show that. Let me take this one away from you. Just do that on so they can get an idea of what I'm talking about. If you had any cables, and if you're in any gym, most even home gyms would have this now. That's the same idea. You just have to do one arm at a time. And when you're working with cables, that's okay. The reason I've got him kneeling is because it makes the right angle. It makes it a long enough return to make it efficient. And it's more comfortable that way too. You could also do, let's show this real quick. Do a regular cross chest cable like you would for your chest. You should do those sometimes kneeling. And the reason is, it takes a lot of extra out of it. That's why I sit down when I do my side raises, because it keeps me from jerking them up. All right, do a couple more reps for it. But we're doing, call this an iron cross lat pull down. There you go. Iron cross lat pull down. I saw this, I looked it up, I said iron cross cable exercise, and somebody said it is a chest exercise. No, if it's done correctly, it's more lats than anything. But you know what? We'll call it a chest and lat exercise. All right.